You may stop now. It worked. My most unfavorite iced tea of the teas I buy, it's called Orange Blossom. Not Orange Blossom Special like the song, just Orange Blossom. My mom yesterday sent me a message wondering if I was wanting to adopt my sister Amy. Part of the problem is YouTube has a bad closed caption system on their videos. No, and I told her on a Facebook private message, no, I'm talking about my son Nick's ex-wife. There are things about Sissy I won't go into on a public venue like this, but she's amenable to it. Oh crap, I forgot and left her 9mm in my bedroom in my sock drawer. I've got to clean her gun for her. On advice from Daddy, which is me, she got herself a firearm. Well, I gave her a .22, then a friend of a .22 revolver, then a friend of hers gave her another .22 revolver, and I think she decided she needed something a little more powerful. So she went and got a 9mm semi-automatic. And it is a pretty nice little gun. I think it's a Taurus. I don't use semi-autos. I'm strictly into wheel guns. That is from past experience. Semi-automatic, if it has a misfire, you gotta pull the slide back and reload, and that 1 second or half a second, however fast you can do it, could cost you your life. A wheel gun, you just keep squeezing the trigger or pulling the hammer and squeezing the trigger. It's just old habits die hard, and that's why I've not died. I've got a bunch of those old type habits. Well, what's going on today? My son Chris is out there changing the air conditioner compressor off the junk Suburban that we have for spare parts for Nick's nice one. He's going to change it over and then charge the system. Hopefully it all works. It's too hot for Nick to drive a vehicle to work that the windows don't roll down. That's the next thing we're doing, is changing the window motors out from the other one to his. Maybe changing the doors and everything, find out what it takes to change the up and down on the thing. The interior in the other one's a lot nicer than the interior in his. It's not as beat up, but my poor son, who's asleep right now, does not have, he's had it to hump it this week. The city of Davis is forcing the boys to get commercial driver's license, and we've got to find Brandon's birth certificate. Linda thinks we left it in the shop at Daugherty when we lived there. We didn't. It might be in a Bible up overhead in the shop here. I'm going to check all my records in here, my files. I absolutely do not believe I've got his birth certificate in this office. He probably has it in his bedroom put up somewhere. I don't believe it's at Daugherty, and the reason for that is I was meticulous in keeping up records. But we had to have it since we moved here. And the worst thing that'll happen is we'll have to send off to California. He was born in Bakersfield. and get another copy. We had to do that once before, and Linda's mother went and got it. She could probably get a hold of her sister and have her go do it to save time. With all the new regulations in place, you have to have a birth certificate to go from a regular driver's license up to a commercial license. I don't understand the rationale in that. And I'm having a pretty rough day today. I got some sleep last night, but the first thing I had to do after I ate breakfast, which I might add was delicious, it was leftover spaghetti my baby girl Sissy made last night. She's got her 3 children over at Sulphur at the National Park, and they're going swimming at Little Niagara. I imagine they're all pretty well frozen by now. That water is ice cold coming out of those springs. I thought about later driving over to look and visit with them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let them have their privacy and their mommy and kids time. I'm also waiting to see what time Brandon calls. Nick's got his car, because Nick was supposed to be off yesterday and today, and he's got to go back in the morning. Hopefully his Suburban will be repaired and have a functioning air conditioner when that takes place. That's pretty much everything going on today. Like I said, not feeling too well today. It comes and goes. Yesterday I felt pretty good. Today, a lot of aches and pains that I have every day. It's just they're affecting me a little more today. Mom and John, I hope you're doing well. I do. And I hope Amy comes by to see y'all while she's going to Norman. Surely she will. She posted on Facebook she was going to her hometown, Normantown, as she called it. I think she's got her daughter Brooklyn with her. Michael Paul, I hope you're doing well. One of these days I'm going to be able to get loose and come see all of you. Today's just not that day. Now, if I were going to give out one bit of advice today, that is, keep your head on a swivel. You're going to see, what I mean by that is, be attentive. Be self-aware of what's going on all around you, because things are only going to get worse from here on out. It's going to get more violent. There are going to be more idiots out at large. I dealt with that today coming back from Walmart. Had a kid in I don't know what kind of car it was. I think it was a Dodge, a smaller one. He was inches from the bumper of my wife's car. I went by myself in her car. They have construction on the way there, so it's down to 2 lanes when it'd normally be 4 lanes, and they've got a wall divider up between the 2 lanes that are actually the eastbound 2 lanes of that highway, Highway 7. And they slow you down to 55, and that wasn't fast enough for this moron. He was literally probably 4 to 6 inches off my rear bumper. We went through that area, and then when it got to where it went back to 2 lanes, I stayed in the right lane. He stayed on my bumper. I got in the left lane. He scooted over into the left lane. I think he was experiencing road rage. So I got back in the right lane, and this time he drove past me, stayed on the horn, gave me the finger. I could see he was cussing, and I could also see he was Hispanic. And it was a Texas tag on this car. I halfway expected him to open fire at me with something, or really did. I was exactly at the speed limit. But that's what I'm saying. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention, because you do not know what these people are going to do. And if you're proficient with a firearm, carry one with you. Now, I'm hoping I get past the algorithm on YouTube and they allow me to post this. But always be ready to defend yourself. Mom John, I love you, I miss you. Michael Paul, I love you, I miss you. My buddy Chris in Florida, I miss you, buddy, I do. I'd like to lock up someday and just go have some fun. Monty Jones, I miss you, believe that or not. And Brooke Cookie, get me another video out. I keep waiting and you still don't put one out. Love all of you. God bless you. And like the sign says, be kind. Bye.